Hello everyone, and welcome back to the world of horror. Today we are going to be experiencing the wide selection and variety of mods that I have installed. Now, this is only a beginning smattering of mods. Later on I will be searching for many new mods. And hopefully as the game continues to progress, we will find many more mods to install and experience. But today we'll be playing as Ayaka Kurai. And we will be playing with the 7th curse, which means we start with money. We can't have any human allies. I'm going to bump up the difficulty to True Believer. Start with 0 funds. We'll start with a little bit of money thanks to the 7th curse. But we will not be playing on Harbinger of Doom, thankfully. Yeah, so we can't have any allies, so that means when we go into the town screen, we will not be selecting the schoolyard, because the schoolyard's pretty much useless unless you have Akamanto. Let me see, smooth weight, status. Character receives a -1 to all stats. Now, we didn't do that one yet. Higothe, we did that. Cthulhu, we did that. So I think the only one we haven't done is Zektas, the Horror from the Stars. A big meteorite fell down on a field in a village near Shiokawa. A farmer who found it contacted researchers from Tokyo, but when they arrived, all they found was a wet puddle of pinkish goo, which I'm fairly certain is a reference to A Color Out of Space, where a meteorite falls and it releases this sort of pinkish haze. The closest color available is pink, but in truth it is a color we don't have a name for, and it begins to infect the world around it. It's an H.P. Lovecraft story and is a pretty good one. The movie with Nicolas Cage wasn't half bad either, actually. Surprisingly, I know. Ooh, this looks exceptionally fun. Now, like I said, I have a bunch of mods installed. Well, not a bunch of mods, but a good number. We've also got +2 curses every mystery. Once per mystery, cure 1 curse. So let us see, do we have any curses on us currently? No, it does not seem so. So let's go here. Now what we want is randomize and continue, even though we don't want the schoolyard. We didn't get anything from that. That sucks. Usually when you open that up, you'll get something. But that's fine. How many funds do we have? 5. That's very helpful. We'll start out, as usual, with the A costume. And let's take our bath. We want experience boost. Demolition of an old inner-city shrine has resulted in an array of unfortunate accidents, and most recently the death of 6 people suspected of arson. Interesting. And is there anything outside? What was that? Probably just my imagination. Let's hope so, Now, if we go to our mysteries. Now, we don't really have any new mysteries, but we have several new events that I hope will come across as we play. The mod packs I will list in the description, one of which is Going Dental, Deranged Shiokawa, which is found on the Nexus, along with a smattering of workshop mods, and I'll be looking into many more mods in the future. We're going to go into Macabre Memoir of Morbid Mermaids. We got Fungal Growth, -2 max reason, discard, lose 3 stamina. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And then Survivor's Guilt, add 2% doom at the end of the mystery. Ooh, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. The janitor was obsessed with mermaids. He's collected every scrap of the legend about them in the school basement. Now his mind is snapped. He's decided it's time to make one of his own, using unfortunate students' bodies as materials. Interesting. There's one thing everyone at the school is talking about. Another girl from your area has gone missing. Could there be anything connecting all of the missing people? I should investigate downtown next. Let's travel first to the seaside. Ooh, we should have gotten ourselves a weapon first. You decide to enter a small shady bar in the docks. Buy him around. -1 funds. but +5 experience. They tell you tales of sunken cities inhabited by underwater things with too many legs. Alright, what are our stats at? Not very good at all. What we would love is to get probably a knowledge weapon. Yeah, probably a knowledge weapon. Our stats are just overall really poor. And it's really not going to help when our doom gets high enough that it begins to overwhelm it. Hunting rifle. 11 funds. That would be insane. We can't have allies like that. +3 ammunition. And I can't have those. Thanks without buying anything. Unfortunate. I was kind of afraid of that. Hardware shop. Heavy duty flashlight. That would be interesting. 3 funds. I think that's as good as it gets. Yeah, it counts as a light source. And of course, we could beat people to death with it, which of course we need. Now we need to be careful. As our doom increases, our stats decrease, which is of course deeply unfortunate. You walk on the beach when you notice a group of men disembarking from a boat. The fishermen have sunbaked and wind-dried skin, resembling more mummies you've seen in a museum than humans. "Hey you!" one of them screams, waving at you. "Give us a hand, will you?" They point at the giant wet burlap sack in the back of the boat. Strike check. Failure. You nod and get closer. The burlap sack smells horrible, making you gag. You slip on the wet rock, and the rotten fish spill onto you. Something is watching you from sea. There's one thing everyone at the school is talking about. Another girl from your area has gone missing. Now we need to investigate. Nope, we already investigated the seaside twice. Now we can go downtown. Let us see what awaits us. Ooh, escape before more people. Or we could steal his gun. There's not much point for that. We can't really use it very well. Ignore that sound. Check his wounds for clues. They didn't tear out his throat, but instead carved an occult symbol with something sharp. You try to remember the shape and escape before anyone arrives. Asking around the neighborhood has got you some results. Seems that all the girls attended the same school. Interesting. The pool is empty at this hour. Check out the lockers. Someone left their wallet in one of the open lockers, and of course, like any good Samaritan, we're going to steal that shit. All the missing girls were apparently members of the school swimming team. Maybe someone saw the kidnappers stalking them. Ooh, but the school is dangerous indeed. Hearing footsteps behind you, you realize you aren't the only student here. A girl wearing a demon's mask starts giggling as she gets closer. She does -3 stamina, which is rather terrifying. Can I do a little bit of this action? I can't beat her in one hit, but I can do a lot of damage. Ooh, that did extra damage to her. And let us hope. Boom! Beat her down and get experience for it. She did some stamina, but we also got the box cutter, which is a very good weapon. Chance to hit is lower. Box cutter is a very good weapon, though. Or I could sell it. The box cutter overall is an excellent weapon, but our knowledge is higher than our perception. I will trade it in. It's a good weapon, but I prefer what we already got. Investigate the Morbid School. Detailing handwritten and detailed notes about the swimming club itself and mermaids. Ah, nauseating stench. Fish heads and fish guts everywhere. We're going to go home and prepare. And then finally, even though it will increase our doom, we will rest. Yes, our stats have decreased, but I care not. +2 damage against ghost enemies. Ooh, that gets rid of the Onyx Medallion. No, I want the Onyx Medallion. We can actually get rid of the chalk. You wouldn't know where to find a buyer for it. They died because of me. Well, we can equip it whenever we need it. Whoever the kidnapper may be, they seem to be really obsessed with mermaids. Inside the science lab, you find a plan of the town's sewer system. Someone has marked a path leading from the sea directly to the school building. Stop right there! You won't destroy my life's work. Obsessed Man, -2 stamina damage. We have 40% chance to hit, so let's just go ahead and beat the snot out of him. Ooh, we can't even kick him. We don't even have enough time for that. We can go for the insta-kill, I think. That would give, what, a 60% chance to hit? Ah, I was hoping, but that's fine. Even though he's beaten the hell out of my stamina, all is well. We have defeated the Obsessed Man. There's something wrong here. A weird apathy seems to infect every adult you ask for help. You'll have to deal with it alone. One believes this run is perhaps not going to end very well. You peer down the dark alley and are met with the distorted face of a man, his visage shrouded in unnatural darkness. Can I interest you in a gift? Accept. Luck check failure. I hope you enjoy my gift. Free of charge, of course. You hear laughter as the face disappears into the darkness. Your head won't stop hurting. Regain +1 reason at the start of each enemy encounter, but -2 max reason. You compare the sewer plan with the school map, and it suddenly dawns on you. School basement, that must be the place where the kidnapper keeps the missing swimmers. You enter the art workshop, check out the masks. Always check out the masks. Small chance of ignoring stamina loss in combat. Interesting. Kendo helmet. Equip that shit. Oh, we can't see it in the... No, there's no turning back now. God, let's hope she's alright. You bust through the door to the janitorial closet, but it's already too late. The latest missing girl is lying on a dirty mattress. Her upper torso, at least, tail of a fish has been crudely sewn in place of her legs. She was too weak and died, you heard the mad janitor says. He looks you up and down. Maybe you'll do. Not giving up after the previous failure, the obsessed janitor has found another body to experiment on. You! Now he does a lot of damage, but instead of dealing with this POS, we're going to topple a lamp and burn it away. Burn it all down. Suddenly, the mutilated girl moans quietly and twitches. The fishtail causes a lamp to fall and break, igniting the chemicals. The mad janitor catches fire and starts screaming terribly. Try to avoid him as he thrashes around the room, setting everything on fire. Thick smoke and the smell of burning flesh makes you feel weak. You are rescued by the firemen trying to contain the fire. Oop, I just hit my mic there. Apologies. No trace of the mad janitor is found, and no one believes your story. But you'll sleep a little bit better knowing that tonight that the other students are safe. The friendly dog disappeared last night. That's unfortunate. And of course, the school burned down. But, and it's important but, we have gained for ourselves bonus all stats depending on the amount of curses you have. -10% max stamina and reason. We will need that to counteract the doom. Eldritch possession. An upgrade, of course. Now we have multiple statuses. You receive additional combat damage, but if we go to the hospital, which will cost us doom to enter, it should be noted, we will be able to get our that healed up. And trust me, we're going to need it. What else do we got? Sorrowful Saga, Perilous Parable, Alarming Account, and Bloody Brief. Alarming Account. We got 2 things of insomnia. Oof. So we're going to lose a lot of it. I remember when it started. The woman next door was strangled to death in her bed with no sign of forced entry. The killer was never found and the apartment remained vacant. Now let us go to the hospital and get rid of this damn burn. It'll cost doom. But that's just how it goes. Stable condition, discard, nothing happens. Good. But none of the rest of these can be healed because they are of the mind, and unfortunately, the doctor cannot cure such things. So let us investigate the hospital twice. Get what we need. Perhaps get new events. Donate your blood. You look healthy. My strength is pathetic. Make an excuse. Make an excuse and leave the disappointed nurse behind. I'm sorry, but my strength is pathetic and I will probably die. A horrible death. And I have no regards to do that. I'm sorry, have you seen the doctor? He suddenly disappeared. I'm not sure whether the surgery is over. Forgotten patient. Now this is a ghost. So we will equip this. You don't have time to change the equipment. That is fine. We can attack. Oh, this is not a ghost type enemy. It's an Eldritch type entity. Interesting, interesting. Try a strong attack and then just try to kick her. Ooh, we got a kick in. That's very helpful. Sprays you with blood. But I was protected from the stamina damage. Now be gone back to your rest, demon. -1 reason. Great. Just keep beating up my reason. That's what I want. The door to her apartment was closed and she lived alone. What other ways in are there? Maybe you can compare the apartment plan. Suddenly, the onyx medallion begins to shake violently. You try to stop it by pressing it hard to your chest. It burns your skin. You yell in pain, catching the attention of a man standing nearby. He takes a step towards you and grabs your hand, clearly trying to help. Help, just like your friends tried to. Before you can say anything, the man explodes into a cornucopia of blood and gore. The medallion has claimed another victim. Being guided by the medallion's strange powers, you stick your hand into a pile of steaming flesh. The meat fuses with your skin and slowly gets absorbed. But we also got flashbacks. -2 dexterity, but if we discard it, 4% doom. Indeed. Indeed. Let me see. What was the Eldritch Possession? Bonus to all stats, depending upon the amount of curses you have. So I am definitely doing well with the curses. That poor man. I'm pretty sure that was actually a modded event that has been added. Mr. Ooh, your neighbor is a horror manga writer. He's struggling to come up with a satisfying ending. Well, what's that picture? Catch a glimpse of the painted thing. Suddenly you feel very weak and excuse yourself to leave. Something truly evil has you in its gasp. Grasp? Gasp? Whatever. You notice the odd placement of ventilation shafts. They seem too small for anyone to crawl through anyway. A woman jumps out of her apartment covered in gore. Calm her down. The woman sniffs and smiles weakly. You feel like you prevented something awful. +4 reason. You should interview the neighbors. Maybe you'll discover something the police missed. Perhaps. Call the police. No, they will waste my doom. Dexterity check success. Before you can answer, the door's letterbox suddenly opens and an unknown invader tries to look inside. Luckily, you manage to stand perfectly still. One neighbor is complaining about her missing underwear. Investigate the apartments. Ooh, there's an old clawfoot tub. The whole thing feels surreal. Wondering how this is possible. Take a bath. Luck check failure. Are you bathing in blood? Other neighbor is complaining about weird noises coming from the vents when she's at home. Interesting. You wake up with a semi-translucent membrane covering both of your eyes. With increasing terror, you realize that you no longer need your eyes to see. -2 reason, and yet +3 perception. Very nice. We could use the rest, however. And I don't care if the doom overtakes me. We're trying to find new events. And if the doom overtakes me, well, that's just how it is. Investigate the apartments once more. Not wanting to wait for an elevator, you decide to take the railing you stairs. You suddenly trip but grab the railing at the last second. When you get up to inspect what caused you to trip, you freeze in terror. It is slowly standing up. A twisted corpse. It is a ghost-type enemy. However, we do not have the time to switch, do we? Nope. That's fine. We can appease the ghost, dealing 15 damage. Or we can attack it twice. This will deal 9 damage to it. This will deal 5 damage to it. Either way, we won't be able to kill it in one hit. And though it will cost us some reason, we will sever its connection to this world. Give me that juicy experience. Every room is connected by vents coming from the unused boiler room. Could it be? You enter the dark boiler room and trip over the pipe. Cursing, you find a light switch and gasp in horror. It's not a pipe at all. It's a long rubbery arm coiling around the room and ending in a ventilation shaft. You smell something vile and rotten. Oh yes. Inside his mouth you find a tiny key. After the police arrive, the whole building gets searched. Following the arms, the detectives find the body of a man stuck in a ventilation shaft. He's identified as the building caretaker. In his closet, police find pieces of underwear and voyeuristic photos of the tenants. And eventually, you are questioned thoroughly and eventually released as the murder case is being covered up. And I hit my mic again, damn it. There is no hope, and survivors' guilt and insomnia. The old god stirs. The whole town stopped receiving any outside signal. Ooh, must be the radio mast failure. Interesting. Take the key. We have found a tiny key. Now let's get rid of the Ayaka's chalk. I'm probably never going to use it over the Onyx Medallion, so I'll just store it. Let's take a bath. We're going to need it and get some stamina, or not stamina, reason back. Interesting indeed. So we get a lot of these. We lose. Insomnia I don't think even stacks, so that's fine. Bum 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 bum. Ooh, you know what we should do? We should change our outfit. I should have done that at the end of last one. Sport jacket. We should have done that at the end of the last mystery. Watch TV, but there is no signal from the outside world. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Sorrowful saga of the Moonlight Sailors. Holy moly, did you just see all those curses get added? But we're strong as fuck now with all these curses on us. It's just, you know, horror. Began with one fisherman who dragged something truly awful from the belly of the ocean, something that mesmerized him. He hid himself away, and then drifted away into the ocean, never to be seen again. And now more and more fishermen have begun to find the vile ooze in their nets. And one by one, they too are disappearing. So we don't have items to discard that I feel like discarding, and I probably can't buy one. Let's get the least expensive ones. Discard. And then discard Ayaka's chalk. Because I'm probably just not going to use it. Find huge piles of nets and hooks prepared for the big hunt. You quickly throw them into the ocean. Now, the doom has increased to 45%, and we have lost 1 to all our stats once more, but because of all the curses we have, thanks to hallucinations, we have actually gained stats. He's not real. He's not real. Okay, let us go to downtown. See if we cannot find any new events. After this, I will be downloading probably twice as many mods. They're preparing for something. A sense of dread. You realize that you need to act fast if you want to have any choice. Survival. And I lose all my money. That's fine. Although you brave the stench for hours, you glean nothing besides the fact the fisherman had a wife. Perhaps you should pay her a visit. Retrieved an item. This mural is advertising the return of an old spectacle, King Crimson, to Shiikawa in a few days. Excited passerbys chat about it, but you spot some elders watching the mural from afar and whispering to each other. Ask them a few questions. An old man whispers to you, I bet it is going to end just like in 1965. That performance is cursed, I tell you. The old man leaves hurriedly before you can ask him what exactly happened 20 years ago. That's a modded event. I'm almost certain. Ooh, let us go to the manor. The fisherman had a manor. I'm pretty sure I've said that every single time this has come up, but that is crazy. That a fisherman had a frickin' manor. His wife lies mutilated and covered with black marks. Ooh. Hoping to clear your mind with some fresh air, you enter the mansion's garden. In the very middle of it, someone put a shiny black monolith. It's as tall as an average human and about half as wide. As you approach to investigate it closer, you start to hear music. Concentrate on the music. After a few seconds, you run away screaming, not even sure why. Surely someone else must have caught one of these. Ooh, we leveled up. Very nice. Art knowledge to get that perception up, or get that knowledge up, baby. We could get our reason back. Let's get our reason back. Probably not a great idea, but there we go. Surely someone else must have caught one of these. You look around hoping to spot one of them. God, the music is really just going ham. Military exercise makes you feel safer, but are guns enough to stop the unspeakable horrors lurking out there? Ooh, who knows? The young man has glassy eyes and mumbles his replies as he caresses his catch. The beating movements of his arms disturb you. Wandering around the seaside, you notice a large rock formation. Turning around, you notice that you have a splendid view of Shiikawa from here. This far away, it looks so peaceful. Spend a few minutes staring at your peaceful hometown. You sincerely hope it will stay like that forever. After a slow interrogation, the young man manages to stutter out something about an organized fishing trip. Interesting. Ooh, cool air suddenly fills your mouth. It tastes metallic. Before you can react, you hear a low growling sound coming from behind you. Canis, the lunar cat. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Gonna beat the snot out of him. Ooh, can I get 2 strong attacks in? Boom! Beat him to death with my heavy-duty flashlight. It's a good thing it didn't break or anything. Canis, get the hell out of here. You slip out at night and race towards the beach, terrified of what comes next. The only audible sounds are your ragged breathing and pounding heartbeat. The possessed fisherman's boat filled the horizon with their light, tiny yellow spots navigating across a dark ocean under a dark sky. It's not the sailors. The black beings must have left their bodies. You watch them sail their way out of the harbor. You are terrified but relieved they did not drag their meat puppets with them. The black beings never returned, yet mothers would not let their children play on the beach. Although some claim they can see these strange beings come into port at night. Did a thorough investigation. Look at all these things that are happening because of all of our statuses and curses. The old god stirs. The air feels heavy, making it hard to breathe. The rest action is less effective. Hopefully we'll never need to use it again. Now, let us take a bath. We can get some experience, thankfully. We're doing pretty okay, all things considered. We have a lot of curses. As long as something truly evil does not catch us, we should be able to end this wrong. Untrue believer. One can only hope. Perilous parable or bloody brief of a beckoning bulletin. Oh my god, look at all this. We have 3 things of hallucinations and 3 things of insomnia. My god. Yep, these days, computer bulletin board software allows computers to communicate over phone lines. There's been a rash of suicides, however, about a particular bulletin. Things are not all fun and games. The bulletin system is linked to this array of suicides, and it's operated somewhere within Shiikawa. Even if the rumored bulletin system phone number is found, we need a computer. Investigate the forest twice, uncertain exactly why. Well, forest suicides, sure. We could get a curse if we wanted to. But no. Let's keep going. We have plenty of curses. All of our stats are super high now. The tall tower was once a site of ritual dedicated to the heavenly beings. Now it is overgrown and decrepit, forgotten by those who once revered it with much zeal. Strength check success. You climb the spiraling stairs and easily reach the top of the tower. From there you see the nearby mountains surrounded by the lush green forests, with clouds lazily swimming across the azure sky. The view is simply breathtaking. Let us investigate the forest once more. A wet splash behind you makes you stop. You slowly turn around to see a young girl sluggishly walking in your direction. In her eyeball, there's a swarm of disgusting worms. One of them falls to the floor with a wet splash. Infested girl. Interesting. Hopefully she's weak to this kind of attack. We can actually do this twice. There we go. Just to be extra sure. There we go. Resolve. Combat. We beat her down. A forest note. Just listen to the voice of humanity. We need to go to the school. See if we cannot get for ourselves a computer. Unfortunately, we'll get a doom penalty for investigating this place. Break the window to grab it. You cut yourself, but you gain some money. That way we won't have that one dickhead show up and be like, it's a bad time to be out of money. And he'll be like, oh, I'm just going to take all of your money. And by your money, I mean your life or your experience or your reason and your stamina and all that stuff. And you can't even say no. What an asshole. School's library doesn't have a modem for its computer, but someone from the computer club does. She's apparently got a new system. Interesting. Ugh. Seeing two chopped off heads. I can call the police, but I'm pretty sure my charisma will fail. Well, we can try. Charisma check success. At the nearest Koban, you tell the officer about the gruesome discovery. The old policeman is grateful and gives you a small reward before disappearing inside to make a call. Excellent. You lug the cardboard box full of PC parts up your apartment stairs. Damn, our computer's heavy. Acute pain in multiple joints alone is a reason to seek medical help. Today you realize that you can bend your fingers both ways. +3 dexterity and yet -2 stamina. Ow. I was hoping not to use the rest action, especially because it's nowhere near as good anymore. But here we go. The suicide rate is still climbing. Worse, the morbid trend is beginning to catch on in other nearby towns. We need to act quickly. You notice that something has bloodstains on it. When you pull the cloth from the rack, you gasp. It's his old sweater. Your memories of him inevitably take you back to that fateful day. Remember. Charisma check failure. Image is too heavy for your mind. You break down crying. If only you could turn back time. The terrified screams of your friends, the flesh and gore splattered on the walls. Unfortunate. Hoping to find a lead, you head to the hospital. With how many deaths there have been, the hospital is in chaos. Staff look exhausted. When the patient came home one morning covered in scars and babbling about aliens, the police had them committed. They're mumbling something quietly as you pass by. You immediately understand that the only difference between you and that crazy person is that you haven't been caught yet. You convince them to sneak out, and yet they perish immediately. I can't have human allies thanks to the 7th curse. So all that happens is that they perish around me. Unfortunate. Let us continue. A girl whose suicide attempt failed. She's recovering at her grandparents' home. So let us go there. This is such a long mystery. Such a long mystery. Sign the delivery form. Perception check. Success. Accept this gift. May it protect you from evil. The 3rd circle. Within a gruesome totem. -3 max reason, and yet I could sell it. You should get rid of it. Remove it from the game. Or would it use up the Onyx Medallion? Get rid of such an object. Trade it in for multiple monies. Let us investigate this village and try to find the girl whose suicide attempt failed. Find the apparently haunted home one of the locals have told you about. Unsurprisingly, the door is locked and the windows are covered with boards. Check the garden. Dexterity check success. Weeds here twitch and pulsate as if they were veins. One of the largest ones slash at you, but you quickly stomp it. Releases a handful of strange dust and you collect a sample. Corpse dust. Use 20 experience and yet lose luck. Let's do it. Let's do it. All combat moves deal extra damage and are faster depending on the amount of curses you have, yet -10% max stamina. Let's do it. And get back some stamina. Very nice. Forgive her. She's a kind girl. Something has happened to her. The poor grandfather. Talking with an older woman, you can't help but notice her worried face and quick looks pointed towards something behind you. Try to ignore the feeling. Calm yourself down, remembering there is a breeze coming from the seaside region. You smile and continue your conversation. Very nice. I'll be back to join you all soon. Wait for me, okay? Disquieted, you give the grandparents your phone number and hastily leave. You have to do what it tells you, trust me. You won't regret a thing. This is such a long one. Following a weird gargling sound, you enter an alley. Standing in the shadows, you notice someone wearing a police uniform. Move along, citizen. Nothing to see here. Lumpy officer. He does lots of damage, and yet we are fast. Ooh, we have base chance 100 to hit. We're about to beat the snot out of this guy, and look at all the damage we do. Holy moly. While in inventory, lower human enemy's power by 5, or use defeat a human enemy with 12 or less rating. Holy moly, we're so strong. As long as our doom doesn't catch up with us, we're just going to beat the snot out of everything. Holy shit. Oh my god. Your heart pounds as the computer fans exhale. The system hums. You hear a brief dial tone, and then it finally connects. Did you like it so far? Yes. I'm glad. Take your phone off the modem and put it to your ear. Remember the note. Could this be the voice of humanity you read about? You don't hear a voice or words. You soon understand they don't need those. It's difficult, but you manage to keep track of which thoughts are yours and which are theirs. Everyone is here now. We don't have any more burdens. You can escape with us. You can't save everyone. Explain the imminent arrival of the old god. With its limitations, the bulletin could never hope to gather humanity in time, not to mention how many people are unable to access a computer. As it is, convincing all of humanity to die is impossible. Oh, and we'll have to wait. It's disappointing, but that's alright. When computers advance and everyone can be connected, we'll come back for you. It's a promise, okay? A noise on the other end of the line suddenly cuts out completely. Still reeling from the mental assault, you find yourself staggering towards the futon. You collapse into it, and sleep soon takes you. You're awakened by the sound of the phone ringing. After what just happened, you hesitate to answer. You warily grab the handset. When you put the phone to your ear, you hear the trembling voice of the girl you met in the village. I can't thank you enough. It was in my head, and I nearly... She bursts into tears, thanking you over and over. You smile, relieved. You later learn that the suicides have come to a sudden and complete halt. But even still, its promise lingers in your mind. How long do you have until it comes back for you? You smothered the thought. For now, it's finished. Ooh, that's extra doom, isn't it? Yeah, 5% doom. We're so close to the end of this run. Let's wear his sweater. A promise. Promise. Let's get some experience. We're on a roll right now. But there's still no outside signal. Kind of surprised how the bulletin could even connect in the first place. Let's do it one more. Perilous Parable of the Peculiar Painting. This is the one we died on last time. I think it's time we get our revenge. Oh my god, look at them all. 4 insomnia, 3 hallucinations, 2 flashbacks. Yeah. This is the one we went to last time. Mamiya Ichiro has invited us to his mansion to witness the creation of his true masterpiece. There's a lingering musty smell. Where is everybody? Where is everybody indeed? Feel an almost irresistible urge to sit down and play. Piano, play it. Play a somber but hopeful tone for some invisible audience. When you're done, you realize that the oppressive aura is gone. You've done well. Continue your search. You hear something wrestling in the bushes. Walking through the woods, you discover a sweater that's torn apart and covered in blood, but where is the owner? -2 reason, a wild beast must have killed the poor person. Crouching next to a moss-covered stone is a woman. Hello? You here for Ichiro-san's showcase of the newest painting? Ah, where are my manners? My name is Emi, and I'm a curator working for the art gallery. I know, Emi. You got me killed last time. Ichiro-san is somewhere in the mansion, I'm sure. I want to catalog these. We're going to stick with Emi to keep her safe. Find a rocky nave with a flat stone looking akin to a bench. The whole area looks peaceful and inviting. You needed that. Yes, we did. We're going to stick with Emi to protect her, to keep her safe. Walking through the forest, you spot a pair of legs. Before you can do anything, however, they twitch and move. Trust me, my friend, you don't want anything to do with me. I'm about to beat this sucker down. Do you see how much damage I can do with this? I'm about to do 84 damage to this sucker. Yeah, just bam, bam. I am Superman right now. All of them show alien landscapes and weird humanoids dancing around in circles. Ichiro-san painted these. The technique is unmistakable. Stay with Emi. Someone left a marble sculpture in the side room. The surface polish and masterful detailing makes it look like a real human. The fabric draped over its shoulders give it a regal appearance. You wonder, however, where that faint smell of rot is coming from. Knowledge check success. Quickly realize that no marble can look so soft and so skin-like. You also realize where that smell is coming from. Terrified, you leave, hoping to forget about the embalmed body you just found. And we can level up. Doom effigy. Completing a mystery lowers extra doom, depending on the amount of curses you have. Let's do it. Bring up our luck. There are countless paintings hung on the walls of this mansion. All of them show alien landscapes and weird humanoids. Let us stick with Emi. Find a heavy tome wrapped in moth-eaten black velvet. Burn it. It is bound in human flesh. You may never know what's inside the hideous book, but that's a good thing. Finally, you find a key. Head towards the private rooms. Emi continues to catalog the art. You recoil in disgust when you accidentally stepped on something wet and squishy. It's some sort of worm. Only then you notice the rest of them. Bloodworms. Trust me, pal. Pals, you want nothing of what I am. I do so much damage. Instinctively grab Emi, who almost faints at the sight of the room you both enter. Every visible surface is covered in obscene paintings and grotesque monster faces. Ichiro-san sits alone in front of an empty canvas. Ah, my biggest fan and Miss Emi are both here. Would you please be kind and wait in the foyer? I need Miss Emi to help me with the latest painting. No, I will not leave her alone with such a monster. Hot bath is too inviting. Take a bath. Why not? Plus, what reason? No, you can't leave Emi with that creepy man, no matter how famous he is. Ichiro-san prepares to stab the unconscious Emi. Can't stop my work now. Painted monster reaches out. Ooh, it's time to get some revenge. Oh, you do so much damage, don't you? How adorable. I am powered by the curse of all of my fallen friends, and trust me, their curse is greater than yours. Managed to finally defeat the horrible Eldritch being and destroy the canvas it used as a portal. Suspecting the Eldritch being will use other canvases to return, you and Emi both take the time to burn every painting in the mansion. Hopefully Ichiro-san's legacy will soon be forgotten. Doom effigy, doom lowered. But the old god stirs. The imposing shadow cast by the old lighthouse is getting longer each night. Let us do this. We will put on the Teen Witch 2. It's either that or Windstopper. We'll do Teen Witch. Take a bath. Get some experience. We can't reach the outside world. We've done all that we can, and something truly evil is after us. But the power of our curse is too much for anything to handle. We are powerful indeed. Let us go to the lighthouse. The ominous lighthouse has been closed down for longer than you can remember. Enter. You need 5 keys, and luckily we have each. Enter the lighthouse. You can rest a bit. Access storage. Your gut is telling you 2 things: that whoever or whatever is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place. That you should run away from this place as far and fast as you can. There won't be a way back once you start climbing these stairs. Climbing up the winding staircase, you are stopped by a masked man. The rules have changed, kiddo. Nothing personal, really. Tekashi Son, the ultimate opportunist. Unfortunately, Mr. Tekashi Son, I am very powerful. I am infused with the might of 1,000 curses, and you cannot stop me. No one can. You're stopped by darkness. Light your way. The light source seems to somehow repel the darkness, and you continue to climb the staircase safe. We are very prepared. You're stopped by a girl wearing a dirty black school uniform. I'm sorry, but I can't let you go any further. It's too late anyway. Try to talk her into allowing you to pass. It's too late anyway, she whispers again, letting you continue. The delinquent girl nods sadly as you pass her by. We will get luck. Let's just power up our luck really hard at the end. We are very near the end. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped by a metal gate. Grab the metal rods. Knowledge check passed. You are about to grab the rods when you notice the dials and buttons. You toy with them a bit before adjusting both the voltage and current, so it's safe for you to grab them. We are so strong right now. This is probably the strongest I've ever had a character become. The power box itself is covered in a weird moist goo. Strength check failure. Not enough strength. It harms us, but we can continue. Another metal gate. Dexterity, perhaps? Not enough dexterity. It hurts us again, but we can continue. And here we are at the end, and I say, be gone. As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. We managed to stop the ritual awakening the Eldritch old god, but what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right once more. Congratulations, you are safe. For now. And we lived. I'm kind of surprised. I really thought we were going to be screwed. Saw 3 new events, encountered 11 new enemies, which is very, very interesting. And we saw quite a few new modded things. Now, next time I'm going to add probably like 3 times more mods. Hopefully we'll see way, way more than what we saw before. But regardless, I hope you have enjoyed. This has been the world of horror.